Alrighto, we are rolling. Okay. Bon dia.
Welcome back, compadres.
Welcome.
So I'd like to introduce you to the man behind the camera, the guy making all this possible to reach you wherever you are, Steffen Thurect.
Bon dia.
Hey, Steffen.
Hey everyone. Hey Skeet.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm just recovering from 3 days of rain. For me mentally it was tough, but I'm happy for the land.
Yeah,
we need some rain.
Yeah, no, I was out exploring the area around my hills and I felt such jubilation.
I don't know the word.
Jubilation is like joy, victory.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the land was like, yes, like we needed that.
On the side of the road, you can see the grass sprouting and just everything's coming back to life.
Yeah,
That's
it's been
good.
hibernating.
Yeah, 6 weeks and it's gonna look like Ireland.
That's right.
Green and lush.
Wintertime in southern Portugal, it's soft and gentle. So man, tell me about your journey to the Portugal backwaters.
Well, while the big sea hit the world a few years ago, I'm not allowed to speak out the name. COVID. I was back at home working my office job, and just that winter really cracked me. Just too much rain, too much isolation.
The confinement for your own safety. Did you feel you felt oppressed rather than safe?
In the beginning, I thought those measurements were meant to protect us, but then just the decisions made by the government, I felt a bit weird or just counterintuitive. And then after a few months, I was like, okay, this is a shit show. I'm outie.
Yeah,
so,
good. We came to the right place.
Exactly.
Where there's not a whole lot of government here. It's not time for government.
Yeah, that's why we love it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I took my van for a trip around Europe, around the coastline. And then I just got stuck here and got sucked into the orbit of
the Compadres.
The Compadres.
That's right. Yeah, I courted you for a long time. I used my outsized gravity to pull you into our orbit.
Exactly.
And then I made sure you stayed there.
Exactly. Yes. In the beginning, I wasn't really looking for work. I just wanted to decompress.
Yeah.
But then, unfortunately, this whole money thing and
so
have to work.
But the ocean is a big draw for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
That was. My plan was to stay in Ericeira, but somehow this landscape, this area caught me.
Yeah, Ericeira is a lot more suburban, city developed.
Yeah.
Crowded.
Yeah, I've been here before. Then I went to Ericeira, felt like, hey, maybe I'm gonna stay here a bit. But just this area here sucked me back in.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
That's Tango, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, good boy. Yeah, and then
I guess I'm more curious about your arts, like the video arts. Like, tell me about how you got into that.
Oh, that's a long story.
Yeah, because I really don't know anything. I just know you have a camera and you can edit.
Okay. So I started, long story, but when I was 24, I bought a sailboat and went on a trip with a friend of mine. We both didn't know how to sail, so we started filming, had an idea of starting a YouTube channel, but then we got caught up in this whole sailing, surviving thing.
Yeah.
While sailing, I met a couple who already have a huge sailing YouTube channel. They actually inspired me to buy a boat, and then we met, and they asked me if I could imagine sailing a bit with them, just helping them. Then I really got into editing, and yeah, that was pretty much my step into the world of video editing. And afterwards...
So that was, you're 31, 32 now?
I'm 32 now.
Okay.
That was when I was 25, 26.
Okay.
And then I worked as a freelance videographer for a few years. Worked for a German clothing brand, and did all kinds of whatever content. Instructions to wash your socks and
nice.
stuff like that.
It has to be done right. You have to Wash those socks on the exact right temperature.
Yeah, I mean that somehow I feel like if you make your job or if you make your passion into your job, it's a dangerous path.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna start doing things just for the sake of money, and then somehow the magic disappears a little bit. That's why I wasn't super keen on working as a filmer in the beginning, but just this whole project, the philosophy behind it, the team, it's like.
Let's go back to the sailing story. So you're in northern Germany.
I lived in the south, but I bought the boat in the north, yeah.
Okay, and then you got on the boat and just sailed from where to where?
I bought the boat in Bremerhaven, which is a city in the north of Germany, close to the North Sea. But because I didn't have a license to steer the boat, and I had no idea, and the exit from Bremerhaven to the North Sea is quite tricky, even for really experienced sailors. So the previous owner of the boat was like, hey, I know your plans, I think it's possible, but you're not gonna go out there. Just take the channels through the Netherlands. That's what I did. And then I practiced with my friend like a week in the Dutch channel systems, how to pull up sails.
How to steer.
Exactly.
Steer the boat.
That was, And then just out on the North Sea, English Channel, Bay of Biscay.
But the sheer audacity of the trial by fire, like I'm gonna learn by doing it, high stakes, out on the open ocean.
Just stupid.
Yeah, yeah.
Looking back, just really stupid.
So the first week, you're learning how to steer the boat in relatively safe conditions.
Yeah.
Smart move.
Yeah. But still,
Yeah.
I remember the first time we pulled up the mainsail, and you steer the boat into the wind, then you pull up the sails, and then you turn away from the wind, so it catches the sails. And I remember the first time this boat went sideways, I was like, you can't be serious.
What size boat?
35 foot, so 11 meters.
All right.
Fairly big boat. I went, obviously, super stupid. I took the biggest boat for the cheapest price I could get. So obviously there was a lot to maintain, and that killed me in the end a little
So
bit.
the boat was kind of a dog in the water.
A dog?
Sluggish, slow.
Super slow, but if you have a slow old boat, they usually build a bit thicker and more solid, so it gave me a good feeling of stability. But just there's so much to maintain on a boat, and you want to be ahead of it. With your car, you can do whatever. If it stops running, then you call someone to get towed.
You don't sink in the middle of the
But on a boat,
channel.
if you're out there and then you say it's not the one big thing, it's not your mast crashing and gonna cause a catastrophe, it's more like a few little things break and then you're in big trouble. So you want to be ahead of your maintenance, which I'm not super great in. And then, it was just, an old boat needs a lot of attention. And it hasn't been maintained that good, certainly not for cruising full time.
What time did you start the trip?
I bought the boat in 2016 or 17, I think.
Like summertime, winter?
I bought it in November, or October, November, and then started sailing in April, I think.
Okay.
And that was actually the hardest time in between. I bought the boat and I'm ready to start because I didn't really got into, I wanted to go to Spain. I just wanted to go somewhere warm, tapas, cerveza.
Nice.
But then after I bought the boat, before I was like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna just buy a boat and go. Then once I bought the boat, I got into what's in between me and Spain. And that was the English Channel and Bay of Biscay, which is quite a tricky area to sail, certainly to learn how to sail. Then I was like, oh shit. Just this, I know what I have to do, but it's half year away from me. I can't really do anything to prepare myself. It's just like, sit it out, make some money, and then we had to go for it.
Who went with you?
One of my best friends, like back from kindergarten.
What's his name?
Sven.
Sven.
Yeah.
Kind kind of a Nordic name.
Yeah, I have a lot of
Vikings.
Germans with Scandinavian Viking names.
Yeah, some Vikings rolled through there too.
Yeah.
That's good.
We got run over from all sides.
Yeah.
That's why we are so angry and start world wars the whole time.
So, I remember you telling me this story, and there's beginner's luck. There's God protects fools and children.
Certainly.
So you get somewhat to a feel for the boat in the Netherlands channels.
Yeah.
You get out. What was it like first leaving?
It was like the lock from the channel system into the North Sea. I got it on video. I remember it perfectly. It was like the doors of Mordor open, you know, out there there's tides and storms. I mean, it was absolutely calm. We had to run the engine all day. But it's just like, now you're out there.
Yeah.
Cargo ships, traffic, tides, currents. That was exciting, for sure.
I mean, it's like early spring in the Northern Hemisphere, Northern Europe. Are the winds starting to pump crazy now, or is it like a safe time to go across? Or
I mean, we certainly have been waiting for all the storms to pass, and whenever there was something coming, we were like, okay,
back to shore.
Back to shore, back into the harbor.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. It was all right. It was just, especially in the English Channel, there's so much current, and the tides are crazy, like 8-9 meters, and then
there's a lot of traffic too.
The most traffic in Europe.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
And so most people have technology when they go through that channel.
Yeah.
What'd you have?
I had nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, there are systems like AIS or radar or VHF, just, what do you call it? VHF? Radio.
Very high frequency radio.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we had none of that.
Okay.
Yeah. If I knew what was ahead of us beforehand, I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
But especially in the English Channel with that traffic and how we did things was just stupid. Really stupid, yeah.
So did you feel like a great relief to get out of the channel to the Bay of Biscay?
Yes.
Okay.
Like making it through the English Channel was like, And then there's, for everyone from the northern parts of Europe who wants to circumnavigate the world, the Bay of Biscay, which is pretty much the Atlantic Ocean in the north of Spain.
The continental shelf of France.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's where Bordeaux is.
Exactly,
and like,
Biarritz, and where the Spanish north coast and the French west coast hit each other.
But it comes up from deep to really shallow.
Exactly.
Really fast. The whole bay is shallow.
It's super shallow, yeah. And then I'm not exactly sure where, but you need to head a fair bit out and then go south, just because if there's a storm coming, the sea level drops from 200 meters to 2,500 within a few hundred meters.
Oh wow!
So there's huge waves building. It's just for everyone trying to circumnavigate. That's the first test of how capable you are, and all the low pressure systems from the North Atlantic run in there. So you just have to watch the forecast and don't do stupid things.
So you're in there like May, late April still, or?
No, it took us a while to get there. I think it was beginning of June.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long were you on the boat total on that trip?
On that trip, maybe 6 months.
Okay.
We made it to the Algarve. We've been to Sagres, but then had to turn around because all the marinas were so expensive.
Really?
Had to bring it back to Lisbon. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then left it there for a year. Went back to Germany, made a few coins.
Nice.
And then came back.
Cool. The Bay of Biscay though, so it's June. You've been on the boat for 2 months. Do you feel in tune with the ocean? You feel at home out there at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, usually if you go sailing, the Bay of Biscay took us 5 days. You can do it much faster, but we left really drunk in the middle of the night and had no fuel. So we've been bouncing around in the middle of nowhere for a bit. But usually after 1.5, 2 days, your whole system, if you get seasick, usually after a few days, you're good. You're just used to the movement.
When you come back out on land, it's like...
I actually had been land sick the first time.
Yeah.
When I had the first night on the boat, the next morning I went into the marina and I was sitting there, I was like, this is weird, I feel, because it was still, so it's funny.
Okay, so you got lucky through there as well, to get through the Bay of Biscay without getting pummeled.
Lucky from A to Z, all the way, super lucky.
So you got out of the Bay of Biscay, you come around the corner of the Iberian Peninsula and are going south at that point, or?
Yeah, we've been just cruising along the Spanish. After we made the Bay of Biscay, that was it.
Nice.
That was all we wanted to do. And then we really just spent a few weeks taking every little bay, anchoring, cerveza, tapas, just enjoying the north of Spain, which was good.
Yeah, it's the water's so cold too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's called the Cape of Death, you know, and you sail around the Cape of Death and you're like, ah!
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
that was cool.
Yeah. So after the Cape of Death, is it the Cape of Life?
It's beautiful.
Life and death.
There's so many bays. You could spend weeks there, just going from bay to bay and small islands.
So you come in, you drop anchor. How do you get to where the beer is?
You need a little dinghy.
Okay.
That's
it's
like your car.
You're not gonna swim.
No.
Yeah.
And it's really just like here in Portugal, where we live. If you don't have a car, you're in trouble. And it's the same on the boat. If you don't have a dinghy, and the better your dinghy, the better it is. If you have a 15 horsepower engine, you can go just like a highway car. You can go really far, really comfortable.
Cool. Okay. Cool. That's a fucking wild story, man. Which explains why I like you so much.
Obrigado.
He's a risk taker. Yeah, and
some would call me an idiot, but risk taker sounds good.
Me too, man. I mean, I think, we can get into the crazy things I've done that I shouldn't have done as well. But I'm glad I did.
Yeah, and somehow, also back then, I just had that gut feeling. I knew. I mean,
you knew it was risky. That's why you wanted to do it.
Exactly. Yeah. But then there's this feeling of
testing.
You need to do it.
Yeah.
Like, you need to do it.
It was a rite of passage in a way too.
Yeah.
You can stay safe and comfortable, or go experience a little bit of a life.
That's it.
On your own terms.
Yes. And just that ripple effect afterwards.
Yeah.
Just everything I do, just like I said, the videos, which is my job now, somehow happened out of that.
Yeah. Because you found on the boat, you're just survival. I'm not like, hey, selfie.
I mean, I try to, but yeah.
It's too serious.
Yeah, and there was this boat maintenance part, which was 24/7 somehow. Just everything started. You want to fix one thing, and you look around and you're like, oh shit, everything around it needs to be fixed.
Well, and there's also, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like when you fix something too soon, everything else breaks.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a tricky thing with maintenance.
It's like it's a balance the whole time. Never change a running system. Make sure it runs. Keep on running. It's a bit of a battle, but I think this risk taking. Also, when COVID hit, and I had a really good job in Germany, epic company, epic salary, good chances to climb up the imaginary ladder of a career.
Of security.
Exactly. And I was struggling a while if I should really quit and just do the next thing. And it took me something to actually do it. But now.
When was the moment that you knew that you had to make a change? In that context.
In that context, it was also like a process. I didn't woke up one day and was like, okay, I need to go. Yeah, I just had that.
It had been a process building inside you for a while.
Exactly.
You made the decision on a fateful Thursday to be honest about it.
Exactly.
And that set off a chain reaction. But you know, Thursday, Thor, the mighty god of the heavens, is in Spanish it's Jueves, like Jove, Jupiter. So there's the old pagan symbolism of the days of the week, the 7 days of the week.
You talk a lot about that in videos, and I really got no idea, but it's interesting.
You know, for me, it's just I like seeing the patterns. You know, like maybe they're coincidences, but I think wisdom of the ancients that we just have these little fragments of. Like, we don't even know where they came from.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
They're old. They're so old, though.
Exactly.
And I think they're grown from millennia of observation, and it's an ancient wisdom
I think so too.
that, once again, we are dabbling with things we don't even understand.
I mean, we in the West, we are just fucked.
We're lost.
Yeah, we're so lost.
Yeah. Who isn't?
Join the team.
Yeah.
Subscribe. You're lost as well.
Yeah.
Don't even pretend.
Don't
Don't
pretend to be lost alone.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that gives me some idea of the adventurous nature. I like the ambition. I like the trust in yourself. What can go wrong with that? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot, but I mean,
I think in the end, it's just you learn to, like you said earlier, you don't take it too serious anymore.
yeah, and that sense of wonder, that's something I've been struggling with. Like, as I've gotten more old, it's like I'm, oh, I have to work, do this, do that. What's the point? Like, where is the love and the wonder and like the presence?
Yeah.
I struggle with that myself.
And I mean, we all need to do things we don't want to do, and I don't know, make money and keep things going. And
Yeah.
but yeah, I feel like we don't even really have trust in what we do, and that's so epic about this whole project. I mean, me with my German, how do you say?
Well, there's a pragmatic level of organization that, you know, frankly, I'm lacking. Like,
Yeah. And
you told me once, like, I'm sorry, but you're not a good businessman. And I was like, that's fucking true.
and I don't mean that offensive. I just try to be honest. And I'm sure Manu's okay with me mentioning him. But in where I'm from in Germany, I'm usually like the creative, not so much organized guy. Here in this business, I feel like I'm the German. Just, no, this is how it has to be. And you and Manu, you're like, oh no, it's gonna all flow. And blah, blah, blah. So it's a funny coincidence.
It's a funny role that you got thrust into. You were the flaky, creative German that we desperately needed.
I still don't know what I'm doing here, but
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah. Me neither. Am I guided by naive idiocracy?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah, I am fucking naive.
Yeah, me too.
But it's like trusting yourself to make the leap.
Exactly.
We'll fucking figure out how to sail the boat.
That's it.
And we're not going to languish in someone else's corporate office or like factory or something when, you know, there's more desire for life there, I think.
Yeah.
You know?
But if you just compare the sailing story and the mushrooms, if there wasn't technology, like I had an iPad for navigation, obviously. I don't know how to navigate at all.
Yeah.
So it was literally on an iPad, start and finish, everything else gets calculated. And when we had in mind to cross the Atlantic, I bought a satellite phone on EPIRB, which is like an emergency button, and then helicopters come. Without that, I wouldn't have done it. Just because sailing, like 200 years ago, 50-50 if you make it back. People just died a lot of times.
Yeah, but a lot of those guys died from malnutrition.
That or just while sailing in the English Channel.
Yeah.
There's a rock below the surface. You can't see it. You hit it with your boat.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
You don't have a dinghy to jump on. You drown.
Yeah, and you can't swim anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
And the water is like freezing cold.
Yeah, I've heard that the old seafarers didn't learn to swim because then you have 3 hours of survival fight. Just call it and...
Yeah, I mean, you're in the cold water of Northern Europe. How long can you survive? You're not going to, hypothermia.
But
Right?
I mean, how do you want to die? Do you want to die because it's so cold, or of exhaustion, or just drown? That's my worst nightmare. Just
Drowning?
not even drowning. Just when you sail at night, and of course, me and my friend, we had the life vests on once before we left, just to see how it works.
Just to show your mom?
Yeah, never afterwards. And then if you're at night, your mate is inside the
You
boat
have to take
sleeping.
shifts. Yeah, someone has to be.
But if you go overboard,
Yeah.
even if someone is with you on the deck, within 15 seconds, he can't see you anymore, you're pretty much dead.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you are floating with the life vest, so you know, okay, that's not gonna inflate. I'm gonna just drift around for the next. That is a scenario, which I don't want to have.
Yeah, and to be quite frank with you, man, I've been struggling with the fear of success, or like trying to keep a low profile. I don't know why I'm bringing this up and making it about myself.
No, fair enough. We compare situations with each other. And I think you took the same naive, stupid leap and just, hey, it's possible. And that's what I meant.
Well, this is just the latest in a long series of those. I mean,
of course, it's a pattern.
Yeah.
No, but just like I wouldn't have done it without the technology and like my backup plan. Like I never felt my life is in danger. Just because I know I have this EPIRB in worst case. Someone will get out. And I feel like with you and the mushrooms, it's the same. It's naive, maybe 50-50 if it's gonna work. It's mushrooms, like people just starting to realize the power of mushrooms.
Sure.
And it's not guaranteed that we're gonna sell and we're gonna be profitable, but you know, you got the gut feeling, you're like, this feels right, and then you just need to jump. And it's not completely, you haven't been sailing 200 years ago, where if you get shipwrecked, you die for sure. The circumstances are good, we got a good team, different skills.
I don't see how we can't succeed.
Me neither.
What is success? Like that podcast I shared with you the other day about the 10 ways men ruin their lives.
Yes.
We're all struggling with one of those 10, or more, or all of them.
Me, all of them.
Yeah.
Every single one. I was like, that's me. Oh, fuck, that's me again.
Yeah. My saintly wife sent that guy to me, and
so good.
Thanks, babe. Appreciate it. Thanks for looking out. So, but taking money seriously, I think, ties into that fear of success.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like, I can just like gamble, float through. If it works, great. And there is a certain like foolish protection from being like, well, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
But there is a seriousness that I am trying to balance with that sense of wonder. And also like my instincts say, we need this.
Yeah.
We need this, the world needs this. And it can all come crashing down.
Yeah.
So enjoying the ride and doing it with love, like without the love, you don't have any care.
Yeah.
You know, you don't put the care into it to like not rip the bag of the mushrooms open, or, you know, it's like, it's all about the money, or it's all about, you know, just extracting as much as you can out of it. And there's no honor in that. There's no.
But I also have to say, I mean, just the area where we live in, I feel like it's fair to say that most people are a bit more alternative.
Sure.
If I go back to Germany with my background, it's a lot of startup, business, you know, work for your shit, which I feel like both sides have their place to be. But if you talk with the hippie people over here, it feels like a lot of them, it has like a negative touch to it if you want to turn something into money. It's like, money is capitalism. Capitalism is like too greedy. It's like destroying the planet, which it is. It
can, you know, but it's like in communism.
Exactly.
We've seen the environmental legacy of that too.
Yeah.
And the totalitarian ruthlessness. I see a middle way, you know?
Yeah, and I feel like that what we are trying to do is the middle way. Is we want to make a business out of sustainable products which are good for people. All the employees get paid well. Like we're just trying to do, I guess, be sustainable in all areas. We know our products are bulletproof, and why not be totally fine charging people for that? They get the good product, we get the money, we make it work. If a lot of people do that, we can take back our power from.
It's business with integrity for sure.
Yeah.
And why not?
Why not Why not give it a try?
Yeah, why not give it a shot?
Yeah. The world's going to shit anyway, so.
It always is.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the thing. It's always going through these cycles of balance and greed and corruption and fear and war and destruction. But I do feel a calling, like, one, to succeed economically, because I want to take that money and reinvest it into protecting the biosphere from chronic mismanagement.
Yes.
And pollution on a scale that's just like, it's so unnecessary.
Yeah.
You know, we can use natural techniques and technologies and thrive.
Yeah.
Or we can be slaves to a system that isn't even fun to participate in.
No.
So fuck that.
It's modern slavery.
It is. But it's also, you know, it's also like the trap of security.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's safe. It's under control. But it's an illusion.
Yeah.
So,
but you're only really safe, you know, if you work for a big corporate, because they will make it through. If you want to start your own, oh, maybe it's gonna fail. It's just like quitting a job, buying a boat, starting a company.
Yeah,
there's fear, and then there's jumping over it, or not.
Yeah, and you know, it has to be a healthy mindset on all levels. So, like, applying that to your personal life as well. You know, that I think I got wrapped up in the busyness. I stay very busy, even if I'm not very successful at making money, right? I'm fucking busy. And there's a growing moment for me of working like smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
Focusing my very diffuse energies and my, you know, visions into something, one thing at a time, get that working and let it spread.
Yeah.
You know? So, but also, yeah, applying that to my personal life, I want to bring back that care and wonder too, because I feel like I am just relearning how to do that. I don't know, that might be for a different podcast or a different episode, but
we can do more podcasts. I enjoy that.
Yeah. So, thanks to my saintly wife for bearing with me and recommending these excellent men's group works.
Epic.
So, yeah.
Thanks,
Little
Lori.
plug. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Lori. So, yeah, I mean, without family, friends, what's the point?
Yeah.
What is success for you? Like, what does that look like?
Could be a long podcast. I think success, I think life has different, let's say, departments. There's my mental health and my physical health, which are, I think, related. Then somehow just my financial situation, my family and my friends, how my relationships are working. I think there are a lot of things to cover to really feel fulfilled or successful. And I think really just a juggling in between those. Sometimes I'm on top of my health. Like I work out and I run and I eat good. And then I'm like, oh shit, last time I've edited a video is a week ago. So, okay, my career is going downhill, but my health is going up.
Yeah.
And I'm just challenged by, leveling out. Yeah, my job is good, my health is good, friends and family are good. So, yeah, like you said, just the busyness of life. Sometimes I'm a bit overwhelmed by how many things are there to do.
So success is balance, some kind of balance.
Oh, it sounds so disgustingly
Sounds so
cliche,
easy, right?
but
Or like embarrassingly simple.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think it's easy to sum up, just not easy to actually balance it out. At least not for me.
Me neither.
Yeah.
So.
Then ADHD kicks and I see a butterfly, I'm like, wow.
Sense of wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Anything else you want to add to this?
I'm just really happy that I ended up being here. Summing up this whole...
I was going to ask you, are you happy?
I'm happy. I'm comparing myself with myself 2 years ago before I left. I'm stoked.
Nice.
Yesterday, I watched the sunset on the cliffs. I'm like, what? I can't believe I'm living here. Job, I'm happy. But still, the challenges of daily life, they are present. And I'm still juggling.
Yeah, they never go away, for sure.
Yeah, and if you somehow feel like they're never really gonna go away, that also gives you some peace.
Yeah.
It's like, don't freak out.
Yeah.
In 10 years, you're still gonna be fucked. So yeah, I think to sum it up, I'm more than happy once again that I took the leap of faith.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Quit my job.
Thanks for
having me, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Get me under your wings, which was epic.
In my orbit.
Yep, and now I'm trying to record some podcasts.
Yeah,
by the way,
it's working. Yeah.
Give us a like and a subscribe.
Yeah.
Subscribe to the
And where can people find you on your Deutschland affiliates?
My social media is Gemüsepolizei, which I'm gonna put in here.
Yeah, nice.
It's the German for vegetable police, which I called. I don't know why. I'm lost.
Vegetable police.
I'm lost. Yeah.
I like
And
it.
when I gave my Instagram this name, I didn't even know I would start working on a farm.
Yeah.
Now it's like, I'm the vegetable police.
Yeah. Bringing some law and order to the chemical monopolies.
Grow faster, you sucker! German plants grow so much faster.
They do. Yeah.
Just a bit of GMO. Boom. Cancer to go.
Yeah. Because it doesn't matter if it's good for the people or the ground. It's just big.
Yeah. We had that conversation. I think over the last 50 years, red pepper got 50% bigger, but 60% less nutritional value.
All the minerals are gone.
It's just we live in a fake world.
A fake world.
Yeah, and I feel like we're just planting one healthy seed after another. We hope it's gonna fruit and.
Well, that's the thing is we're part of a bigger movement of a desire for realness.
Yeah, everyone is so.
Everyone's ready to do it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
We're just gonna do our little part.
That's it.
Hopefully it's enough. Okay.
Epic.
Well, I think that does it for Love for Wisdom. Have some wisdom, have some love.
Thanks for joining.
Eat your breakfast.
Subscribe.
Don't drink too much caffeine.
Call your mom.
Yeah, call your mom.
All right.
I need to call my mom.
I need to call her too.
Peace.
Ciao.